Hello everyone, I'm Buck Weezer, backyard small engine enthusiast and DIYer putting the do into do-it-yourself. And I was able to pick up this Simplicity recently, and I'm really excited about it. This was sitting in a shed for several years. It's a Simplicity. The date code on the Briggs & Stratton engine is 03, so it's 19 years old, but it's in great shape. This deck looks great. It's solid metal. I got some new blades that we're going to put on it. Got the blades right here. I got a new battery to install right there, and this was really covered with dirt, and there was mouse nest inside, and I did a lot of work to clean it up. Honestly, I took a pressure washer to it. I've taken down the carburetor. I'm going to clean that out thoroughly and rebuild it. The tires look good. They hold air. As I said, the deck looks really strong and solid. And yeah, Briggs & Stratton engine, single cylinder. And again, I've taken the cover off of the engine because it was filled with mouse nests, and I had to clean that out. So when I got this tractor, the spark plug was laying over on the footrest. Not sure why. And then after I cleaned it, I discovered we're missing our ignition module, the coil, magneto, armature, whatever word you want to use to call it. So I took a chance and picked one up used on eBay for $11.50, postage paid. I thought it was worth the risk. Could get a new one maybe for $50, aftermarket maybe $25. But this is a genuine Briggs & Stratton, and if it works, it works. So I thought I would risk $11.50. And it bolts up right here. The ground wire right there will attach to that tab right there. My first obstacle, however, is I don't have the screws. They didn't come with the magneto, and they're not here with the tractor. So I got to figure out something to secure this down. So I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to show you how to install an ignition coil on this Briggs & Stratton engine, plus the other things we're going to do, and we'll see if we can get this guy running. Okay, I found some screws that I think might do it to hold our magneto in place. So let's put this guy on. It's marked this side out, so that's going to be up facing us. This says cylinder side, so it's going down like this. Let's connect our kill wire right there, and I'm just going to start these screws in loosely, and then I'll show you how we set that gap. I'm using a left-handed screwdriver. All of my screwdrivers are that way. And we might have to excuse the noise of my wife cutting the lawn. We'll be okay. Okay, so that's on, but not tight. This, of course, is going to come down here to our spark plug. Alright, let's let her get through, and then we'll resume our install. Okay, so what we're going to do is use a standard business card. And this, of course, is still loose. And we'll put it in there. And I'm going to turn the flywheel till the magnet, which is right here, pulls that magneto up against it like that. So we've got the gap of a standard business card, and now that it's in there, we'll tighten these down. Okay. All right, now we can turn the wheel again and remove our card. And it would be a good idea just to turn the engine by hand and make sure the coil's not rubbing against the flywheel at all. All right, so there was a full revolution, and I think we're good. And of course, we got to connect our spark plug. Boy, that's pretty tight. Hope it reaches. Move that guy out of the way. I don't know if my spark plug's completely tightened. I'll have to do that first. But that's how you mount an ignition coil. And that part should be good to go. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it actually is good and will work. Well, I'm a little disappointed. I think our spark plug wire is just a little too short. Okay, it's connected here, but it's also laying on the exhaust pipe, and it's the right part number, but maybe the engine it came off of was slightly different, so that might not work for us. Maybe we can get these new blades on. It's a 38-inch cutting deck. It uses two different sized blades, as you can see. Oh, he doesn't want to cooperate. I'll have to try something a little more, with a little more leverage. Alright, this block of wood right here, and I had a breaker bar. Oh, nothing to it. Oh yeah. That's fine. Nut has a bolt washer, a second washer with a hexagonal hole, and then the blade. Okay. Oh yeah. This is 16 1/8 inch long. Okay. All right. Let's see here. He wanted me to help him put the hard top on his Jeep.
Ah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like hard tops on Jeeps.
All right. There's that guy. Bolt, washer. washer with hexagonal, old blade comes off.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
And I'm here talking?
Yep.
Are you gonna cut me out? You better cut me out.
Why would I do that? Hexagonal washer, flat washer, bolt. All right, and we'll tighten it down by hand with the breaker bar. Get some muscle behind it. All right, good job. All right, guys, welcome back. It's been a few days since we recorded that last segment here working on the Simplicity Regent. And one of the things that I did in that time was I was able to pick up a new coil, not new, but the right coil with the longer spark plug wire. The other was just too short and was going to melt on the exhaust. So mounting that, it's the same procedures I've already showed you. I also changed the oil and filter, which is always good. And I'm going to mount the carburetor. I took some time to clean it out, and there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube, including some of my own, that can show you how to take apart, clean, and reassemble a carburetor. It really didn't look that bad, but was worth doing. So that's our next step, is to just mount that carburetor and do that together right now. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. It just bolts up here. This wire connects our anti-backfire solenoid at the base. This is our breather, which plugs in right here. We have our linkages, one for the choke, and then this one for the throttle. I also went ahead and got some new fuel lines and a new fuel filter, so we'll be good to go for that. All right, so this has these removable rubber gaskets. You see that? And I'm just gonna take some RTV black silicone, and I'm just gonna put a thin coat of this on this gasket. So I just think a little bit of sealant on there will do just fine. So we got to hook the linkages up first. This one's for the choke, and these here for the throttle. And you got to hook those linkages in first, because it's really hard to get the linkages in if you bolt it up first. And it can be challenging enough to do it under any circumstance. That thin wire goes in there like that. Alright, so this guy will be down here. Choke lever goes through that slot. You might not be able to see that. Breather tube connects right there. Anti-backfire solenoid wire connects right down there. And now we got our two bolts here for the intake. Uno. Y dos. In this case, it's a 3/8 socket. All right, make sure everything moves like it should. Yeah, that works pretty good. All right, so the carburetor's on, new coil's on, oil change, gas lines. I got to connect the gas line right there. I got to find me another clamp. After that, get this on here. Get some clean fuel. We'll connect the battery, and we'll be ready to fire it up. Okay, battery time. I like to clean these connections with a little bit of sandpaper. And hooking up a new battery. We connect the positive terminal first. I've got a video where I explain more in detail why that is. For now, I can just take my word for it. All right. There's that guy. All right. So our negative here includes a separate negative cable. I'm not sure what it goes to. Runs down this harness maybe to the key switch for turning the tractor off. I don't know. Not gonna worry about it. Alright, I'll finish that up and then we'll be ready to see if it starts. Let's open the valve, fuel valve. Alright, give it a try. Probably have to have the brake pedal down. Choke. Well, that's interesting. Alright, so it starts very easily and runs okay, but blowing a lot of smoke. I don't know if that's some kind of residual issue that will clear itself up, or if that's something that we're going to have to address. but it did start pretty easily, and I'm very happy with that. So let's keep moving forward and see if we can figure this thing out. Well, I drove the tractor around, ran it for about 10 minutes or so, and the smoking seems to have cleared up. So maybe that was just some oil making its way past the piston rings since it sat for so long. I don't really know. Let's give it another try. Seems to be running okay. I'm happy with that, and I don't know. I might pop this valve cover off and make sure those valves are adjusted within the specifications. But yeah, I feel pretty good about the tractor so far. Well, I think the only thing left in this Simplicity Regent Resurrection is to mount the cutting deck, fire it up, and cut some grass. So I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'll meet you back here. We'll do some grass cutting together. Well, a couple observations, things I need to do still on this tractor. You may have noticed that while mowing, this wanted to pop out and disengage the blades. I had to hold that up there with my hand. So that might require some adjustment. I have to look into that. Also, it cuts really low to the ground, and you might see right there, I'm on height number 5. And it's still a little bit low and just a tad uneven. So I want to do some adjustments. Like this didn't cut completely even here, and not sure if that's obvious to you on the camera. You know, it's okay, but it's got the way that deck is hanging perhaps, or something like that that needs some adjustment. But I'm happy with the engine. It was running really good, plenty of power to drive and mow, and that feels pretty good to me. All right, I think it's time to end this video here. I do have a few adjustments yet to make, as I was explaining, but all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with our Simplicity Regent Resurrection, this 2003 model that sat for so many years without use. Still has a lot of life left in it, I think. So hopefully the video was of value to you. We learned how to install an ignition coil, install a battery, mount a carburetor, change cutting blades. What else did we do? A few different things. So feel free to leave a comment or a question if you have one. I want to thank you for watching. I'm going to look forward to seeing you all again on our next video. Bye-bye.